Hi, this is Mary from the Daily Sew. This is a quick reference video to show you the slip stitch and the whip stitch. While both of these stitches have many applications, and I'm going to mention those in the video as I show you the stitch, both of these stitches are used to attach trim to garments, like ribbons and lace. So if you're ready, let's go. Alright, this is the whip stitch. The whip stitch is worked if you're right-handed, right to left, and if you're left-handed, left to right. So the whip stitch is a variation of the overhand stitch. And I'm going to demonstrate it by attaching this piece of lace to the hem of this mini tiny garment. Not really. But if you wanted to attach lace or other trim to the edge of a garment, this is what you do. It's going to be used with two finished edges. So first I will pin my lace to the edge of my hemmed garment. Okay, I have my knot. I'm going to hide my knot on the back of the garment. And if you could get into the hem, you could do that. Sometimes you can get in this way, in between the stitches. See? Then when you pull it, your knot could go in there sometimes. I'm using really thick thread to show up on the camera. So anyway, you have your thread coming from the back layer, right? It's coming from under. It's going to go over my top layer. It's going to catch a little bit of it. And when it catches it, it goes back into, all the way through to the back layer. So again, it's coming from the back and it's going to the top. It's catching a little bit. And when it goes in, it goes all the way to the bottom layer, the back of the base layer. And again, it comes from the back over the edges to the front. From the back to the top. And it is that simple. You do this over and over until you are at the end of your seam. Now, I said earlier, this is a variation of the overhand stitch. The overhand stitch is done larger, and it can be done on a raw edge of a piece of fabric in order to keep it from fraying badly. You want to try and keep the stitches the same size and always kind of on the same imaginary line. The whip stitch does attach two finished edges. It's not used for constructing seams. That would be the running stitch, the back stitch. Yeah, basically the running stitch and the back stitch is for seam construction. The whip stitch is for attaching two finished edges to each other, like trim to a garment. That's a perfect use for the whip stitch. These pins out of the way. And then when you're done, oops, I went under my thread instead of over my thread. Now I just made a bigger knot. When you're done and you've finished over, remember, this is my garment. This is the lace that I want to put on the garment. then it unfolds and it is attached to your garment. You would of course use matching thread so that it doesn't show. I used a contrasting and thick thread so it would show. So this is the whip stitch. This is the slip stitch. The slip stitch is worked right to left if you're right-handed and left to right if you are left-handed. You can have the edge being sewn down closest to you or furthest away from you. It doesn't matter. So we're pretending that this is a pocket. I've got my raw edges folded to the back side because a slip stitch is used with a folded edge. So this is my little patch pocket and I need to sew it down into place. All right. I'm going to insert the needle into from the back. Maybe I'm going to come in maybe from the top here. And I'm just going into right where the fold is. It's popping out of the fold. Oh, wait. See what I did here? I need to work it right to left, and I've started on the left side. So that's not going to work for me. But this side would. Sometimes when you know things, you don't actually know things. Okay. So I've got my knot hidden in between the fold, and I'm ready to sew down my little patch pocket. My thread has come out through the fold only. And I'm going to stick it into the base fabric. Stick my needle into the base fabric, carry it a ways across, just a tiny stitch, and ideally when I come up, it's going to go back into the fold of the pocket, like that. But let's break that down into 2 stitches. First stitch, or I should say the stitch that happens after the thread is coming out of the upper layer, the fold, is it goes to the base layer and makes a small stitch. Then the next stitch in the pattern, the needle goes into the fold of the fabric and makes a small stitch. My fabric is very thick here. There we go. It's only grabbing the top fabric, the piece that you are sewing, attaching to the base. Okay. It's coming out of the fold of the top fabric, and it goes down into the base. It makes a small stitch. Comes out of the base and goes into the fold of the fabric. Travels along the fold a little distance, comes out of the fold into the base, and then when you start to get the rhythm of this, you can come right out of the base and into the fold and then out of the fold. Into the base, right into the fold. See how I'm picking up both with one move? Also, when you pick up both layers, well, you're picking up one at a time. You're threading that onto the needle, the base layer, but instead of pulling the thread all the way through, you're going right into the top layer along the fold, and then pull your needle and your thread all the way through. And when you do it that way, the stitches are a lot closer to the folded edge, and therefore they're not seen as when I do it separately. I can't seem to get it as close. So you're going to do this repeatedly until you get to the end, and then you will hide the knot underneath, in between, hopefully. The slip stitch is always used. You need that folded edge in order to use the slip stitch. The slip stitch can be used for hemming. It can be used for attaching linings. It can be at the bottom, say. It can be used for mending linings inside your garment. They rip on your coat. It holds trim into place. It holds pockets into place, especially if you have something that you have to do by hand because maybe there's a lot of texture to like a coat pocket, for instance. You would use the slip stitch to attach a pocket by hand. Maybe you don't want top stitching on your pocket, on your patch pocket. Maybe it's for you know, a nice suit and you just don't want it to have that sporty top stitching by machine. So you put it by hand, and this would be the stitch you use, the slip stitch. Remember not to pull the thread too tight or it'll cause puckering and straining, and you don't want it too loose either or it could catch on something. You want it Goldilocks, just right. You can see on the underside, it's holding on. Nothing too big, nothing will fall out of your pocket. No big holes. You keep the stitches nice and small and tight. Okay, that's the slip stitch. Well, I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, as always, please put them in the comments below and I'll be sure to reply. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.